Hi everyone, so for today I wanted to show that you don't necessarily need high-end makeup to get a high-end look, and this is focused on the eyes. Starting off with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer because it's just what I have. Use whatever primer you have. Don't feel like it needs to be the same thing. Next up, the Fenty Eye Primer. Whatever primer you have on hand will be just fine. Don't even worry about it. Now I'm gonna dip into the well-loved Down to Earth eyeshadow quad by Colourpop. I'm gonna use my well-loved shade in Naturalista? Naturist. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna sweep that all across the lid and blend up into my crease. The impact. It's not too warm, not too cool, which is what I prefer on my eyes. More of a neutral brown. Now they're about even. I think I could add a little bit more to this eye. They just need a little more finessing on the back. Since my eyes are hooded, I like to take the color all the way up in the middle and just leave that little peak of skin right there and go all the way up to the tail of my brow to get that snatched look. To top it off, I'm gonna go with the Almost There Super Shock Shadow. It's just a perfect chocolate brown. I'm going all the way up the middle, and it's literally it. Like, that's it. And now it has the definition, but also the pop. This is literally my favorite Super Shock, so I wish that they would bring it back, but what can you do? For complexion, I will be using more high-end things, but that doesn't mean you have to. That's the whole point of this. We're using what we have to get to where we need to be. So I'm just gonna rub that in with my hands because it gives me more control over the product and gives me more awareness of how much is on my face. And this is just going to be a really light layer. I usually don't do more than 2 pumps, and today is going to be a 2-pump day. And notice how I don't really bring it around the nose. I just let whatever I blend out kind of meet in the middle. I'm not worried about going all the way out to my hairline because I'm gonna go in with concealer anyway. But do you see how that really adds a certain evenness to the tone of my face without using a ton of stuff? Deepest Brown by NYX. And I don't like a lot of liner, so I'm just gonna put it right there. Just up a little on the edge. But you do you. This is more about a tutorial that you can personalize to your own taste. My eyes get irritated very quickly from this, so I just like to have that little bit of a snatch on the edge. And now I'm going to go in with a smudge brush. Smudge it out so it looks a little bit more soft. But I like the grunginess of it, so I'm just going to leave it. Yep. Yep. Quite pleased with that. And now I'm going to bring some of the warmth back with the shade M21 in the Pat McGrath concealer. And I'm just going to do a little bit on the points where I want the most warmth. My ring light is kind of washing me out as well. I'm a little bit more golden olive than neutral olive in real life. It looks scary right now, but trust the process. And now I'll bronze with the shade D36, which unfortunately has a broken applicator, but that won't stop us. I'm just gonna put this on all of the places where I like the most bronziness. I'm going to tap that out with a finger as well. I like to use it more as like a contour. So I'm bringing that down below the cheekbone and connecting it to the eyeshadow right there. So that way when I'm looking at you straight on, there's a little bit more depth around the frame. And this is where blending into your hairline is a bit crucial to give you that seamless look. I'm not going in with a lot because it's easier to add more than it is to take it away. Now I'm starting to look more natural again. I think I'll add just a little bit more to the side. And bring it down right here. Okay. I'm loving how this is turning out. A dear friend sent me this because she wasn't using it. It's the shade Isa by Violet. Thank you so much. I've been loving this blush. And so I'm just going to go in with my fingy again and go directly under the iris. And start right there. And blend out. And I like a lot of blush, so I'm gonna be here a while. Just build it up in small layers so that way it doesn't look too crazy, but also impactful. I love putting blush right in the middle of the forehead, so it looks like I'm a little angry, a little sunburnt, and I just feel like it adds a little something. It adds a little something to the look, a little more balance. And I love wearing these deep berry tones because it brings out the green in my skin, and I'm not one to shy away from my undertone. I love blush. I'm really working that into the skin so that way it's not just sitting on top. I'm going to melt away, but the pigment is embedded into what we already have, dog hair, what we already have going on. You know, that's good for now. I'll probably add more later. For highlighter, I have the Maleficent Colourpop Super Shock highlighter. I'm just going to take that on the highest points of the face for the gleam. Any neutral highlighter that you have would work just fine. I'm already glowy, but this is gonna lock it in. This is one of my favorite parts of makeup as well, the inner corner highlights. I'm just gonna sweep that up. And then I call this my ding. Just gonna put a little ding right there. Finishing it off with the pretty fresh hyaluronic acid setting spray. My last step will be setting the under eye with McGrath powder that I broke up into a loose powder. So that way all of this doesn't budge or smudge. Then we have the highlight into the blush. High impact eye, but it was really simple. And I'll just rake my brows with my nail to fluff them. Perhaps you need to go in with a pencil, perhaps you need some gel or something, but I'm happy with that. Trying to fix the white bounce. There we go. That's a little bit more true to life. Really simple, really impactful, and now I'm ready to slay the day. Hey y'all, so I'm editing and I forgot to mention I'm wearing Glossier like in the Gen G formula as well on the lips. It's like my favorite nude for my lip tone. One last thing. If you liked this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, comment, share. You know what to do. Thank you.